You know that tomorrow I'm hustling like there's only one more second left of this hustle.
Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working. Don't bother me, I'm working.
Hello everyone, I'm sure you've already seen the title, so you know what we're doing already. Your first step when you're making a wig with the sewing machine, you're going to double your wefts. Of course, when you get your bundles, they are already singled. You're going to sew them together so your wig can be full and so all of your bundles can fit. I use 3 bundles, sometimes I use 4, but it just depends on what the client wants or what I want. When you're sewing the wefts together, you have to keep your fingers very close, keeping the tracks very, very close. If you just let them glide through the machine, they're going to end up separating. This is how your wefts should look. This step will take time, and with practice, you'll get better and you'll get faster. The sewing machine that I use is a Singer Traditional. You have to do your measurements, or you have to ask your client for their measurements in order to get the correct size wig. These lines are where your tracks are going to lay, and you're going to put the tracks directly on those lines. I'll do a detailed video very, very soon on how to draw your diagram on your wig canvas head. Whenever you're ending or beginning a track, meaning whenever you're literally starting and finishing your track, you're going to backstitch 3 times. This is going to secure your wefts onto the wig cap. That's backstitching. Whenever you're making the wig, you don't have to cut every single thread. You can just flip the wig around. But just for tutorial purposes, I cut it just to show you guys how it looks up close. And you're just going to follow the diagram of the lines. And once your wig is completed, you're going to move on to the next step. Whenever you're making a wig with the sewing machine, you're always going to put the frontal or the closure last. Once your wig is complete, meaning when you're finished putting the tracks on with the sewing machine, you're going to put your dome cap back on the wig canvas head. And if you did your diagram correctly, your frontal will go perfectly back onto the wig. The space where your frontal should be, you're going to just keep it down with T-pins. Once you've got it completely down, you're going to hand sew your frontal onto the wig. Whenever you're making a wig, you're never going to sew your frontal or your closure onto the tracks. For the simple fact of when your frontal gets old, you can just go on in, cut the frontal off, and replace it with another frontal. Sewing your frontal on your tracks is going to make your whole wig fall apart. The very last step to completing your wig, you're going to sew the elastic band on. The area the elastic band is going to go on in is right behind the client or your ears. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I'm going to paste the link below this video in the description box that goes along with this course.